what I think is one of the most important pieces of riding gear. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. My name is Sean. This is UCM Pigs, and today we are not moto vlogging. We're here to talk about what I think is one of the most important pieces of riding gear. And of course, I'm talking about gloves. And what brings this on is I recently purchased a new pair of gloves, and I wanted to show you guys these gloves. Not a review, because I really haven't had a chance to use them. I just wanted to show you my new gloves and give you my thoughts on gloves and why I think they are one of the most important pieces of riding gear. Now, before we get started, let me remind you to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always on my channel, if you don't feel like typing words, just leave me an emoji. Let me know you were here. I would greatly appreciate that. Now, before we get into gloves, I want to talk about one other piece of gear because they kind of go hand in hand, or maybe hand and foot. I want to talk about boots because I'll get to it in a minute. I'll throw it all together. You'll get the point. And we're going to talk about boots real quick, and I'm going to show you my riding boot. This is my riding boot. It's one of them. This is just a Harley Davidson branded leather riding boot, kind of a combat boot style. Zipper for easy on and off. Features that I like about this boot is an all leather upper, sewn on sole. It is a slip-proof sole with a heel, which is very important. If you've ridden a motorcycle for any length of time, you know this heel helps you when you're maneuvering your bike and things like parking situations. Maybe you're having to back it on gravel, on dirt. The heel, you can dig it right in and you can maneuver that 800-pound bike around and not be slipping around. So I always pick a riding boot with a heel. Now, I don't wear these every day. I don't wear them every ride. These are my dedicated riding boots if I'm going for a dedicated ride, even my moto vlogs. If I'm commuting and stuff like that, running errands, and I'm going to be doing a lot of walking, I wear something a little more comfortable. When I'm riding, I'm riding. I'm not hiking. So when I'm commuting to work, I want something that I can wear easily in the office. So I choose Doc Martens. There we go. I like Docs because it's an all leather upper. Again, gives me that ankle support. It is a sewn sole. It is a non-slip sole, and again, it has the heel. Probably won't hold up as well as a dedicated motorcycle boot in a high-speed crash. I understand that, but typically this is a commuter running errands, things like that, and it's comfortable to wear in the office and things to that nature. Now, why do I mention boots with gloves? Because as humans, we have a tendency to try to catch ourselves when we fall, whether we adjust our footing or we reach out to try to catch ourselves. So that's why I think these are, our gloves in particular, are one of the most important pieces of gear when riding a motorcycle. Now, with gloves in particular, I'm talking about full finger gloves to get your full protection, because what I'm talking about here is not the high speed crash. We all know what's going to happen on an interstate at 70 miles an hour. We're going to slide, we're going to tumble. And yeah, the more skin we have covered, the better off we could be. Not going to be 100%, but maybe the end result will be a little less catastrophic if we have more skin covered. But I'm talking about slow speed crashes or slow speed accidents, maybe dropping your bike in a parking lot, losing your balance, something of that nature, where you're going to reach out to try to catch yourself on the asphalt. And gloves will greatly reduce the injury that you receive when falling down. So the reason why, another thing I want to point out, and a lot of people don't understand this or they don't realize this, I did 20 years in the Navy. I've mentioned this before. And one of the things that's really frowned upon in the Navy is walking around with your hands in your pockets. And a lot of people think it's because it's a uniform infraction. It's actually not a uniform infraction. It is a safety violation. We have a safety manual. It gives us basic information on everything we do, from handling hazardous material to wearing PPE, climbing on ladders. And it also mentions in there, do not walk around with your hands in your pockets, because when you fall, you're not able to catch yourself. So that's why I make that point. We have a tendency to want to do this when we fall. So let's talk about some gloves. Let's talk about the ones I currently use, and then I'm going to show you guys these new gloves I got, because I'm really excited for the spring, because they are a spring and summer glove, to get some use out of them and see how they wear. So let's start with my current spring and summer glove, which is a pair of LS2s. I got these at the Harley dealership in Daytona a couple years ago. Been very pleased with these gloves. Again, it's a textile glove, which I prefer in the spring and summer because they breathe. They have the hard knuckles for protection. Velcro closure, which I'm not too crazy about because they have a tendency to wear out, but it is what it is. It'll flap around. But as you can see, it's fraying, and I got some skin showing through there. I did this purposely. That's because the little touch tips wore out on them, and I needed to be able to do touchscreens, so I peeled back one, so I'll just have one digit missing if something happens. But these need to be replaced. As I said, they're starting to wear thin, and it's time to replace them. So I purchased a new pair of gloves, a different brand, a textile glove for spring and summer. But let me show you my winter glove. My winter glove is this. It's just a Kimimoto leather glove that they were kind enough to send for an honest review, which I kind of did an opinion on it because I didn't really get a chance to use it a whole lot. But it's been over a year now, and we'll talk about it. I really like it. It is worn nicely, as you can see. It's starting to wear. It's got a nice patina to it, especially on the brown glove. It does have the Velcro closure, which this Velcro seems to be holding out pretty well. The touch tips work really well. With your smartphone, you can open it up, see if it does it. Boom. Open the smartphone. I can select an app. Boom. Opens the app, and close the app. Boom. Close the app. So the touch tips still work really well. One on the index and one on the thumb. Windproof. Leather, even faux leather like these. I think these are like a blend. My hands stay warm in the wintertime. Now, I do have a fairing. They're not out in the straight wind, so that does give me some protection, but I'm very pleased with these, and I wear these daily in the winter months. Now, if it's extremely cold, some mornings when I go to work, it's extremely cold. I do have some heated gloves, and these are just some no-name brand heated gloves, very similar to Kimimoto's. They have a battery in each one right there. Gives you a couple hours of warmth. They are a gauntlet-style glove, so it comes up over your jacket. But the thing that I don't like is they're very bulky, and I don't like bulky gloves. There's really no protection. They're not a motorcycle glove. They're more like a snowmobile glove, but they do keep you warm on those cold mornings. But sometimes I feel like I'm not holding onto the bike, that I'm going to lose my grip. So not a big fan of these. I only wear them when I really have to, and that's rare. But I keep them in the bike just in case. Always go back on my leathers. Now, let's talk about these new gloves. The new gloves I got are from Thrashin. I got these in San Diego at Coronado Beach Harley Davidson, and I really like the looks of these gloves. Now, I am not a bagger, bro. I'm not a performance bagger guy or a sport bike guy, and you tend to see guys that ride those bikes wearing Thrasher products, but I really like the looks of these. And let's slip one on so you guys can get the full effect of the glove. They slip on nice and easy. They fit snug. This is a size large. I mean, I'd even say it fits like a glove. But let's put the other one on. What I really like about them is there's no Velcro in the wrist. It's elastic like a waistband on a pair of underwear or your socks. They just slip right on and cinch around your wrist, nice and snug. Got the logo on the bottom, kind of a leather palm, and then the textile fronts. I picked the green just because it's different. They had an all black one. I like the green. It's really not this bright of a green on the camera. It's more of an olive drab. But I just think they're a good looking glove, and they're a great feeling glove. They're very lightweight. They feel very cool. Matter of fact, I tried to wear them the other day, and it was too cold because they breathe very well. They do not have the padded knuckles, but they do have a strip of leather across your knuckles. The touch is very responsive. So, Face ID. There we go. Opens the phone. Open my doorbell app. Close it. Very responsive touch. So we'll see how long those last. Hopefully they last longer than the LS2. Again, index and thumb. And check this out. On the throttle side, it says throttle. On the clutch side, it says clutch. Just in case I forget. That's awesome. So I'm pleased with them overall. Just wearing them like this. I haven't ridden with them, but I'm looking forward to the spring and the summer months so I can give you guys a little better review, and maybe we'll just mention them in the video. I don't know if I'm going to do a full review, but we'll talk about them. You guys be watching. you'll see them in my videos. And if you see them, you know I like them. What do you think is the one of the most important pieces of gear when riding a motorcycle? Leave me a comment. I'd be interested to hear, even you guys that are all the gear all the time. Tell me out of all your gear what you think is one of the most important pieces. I'd be really interested to hear it and see what different people say and have a conversation about it. So that's it. I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I hope you have a fantastic weekend coming up. And until we talk again, you guys be careful. You guys be safe. Always keep your shiny side up. And we'll talk to you next time.